Welcome again. Recording has started, and let me share. It's just an hangout, so please feel free. And I've also shared a link to my slides, and I'll be sharing my screen. Okay. Thank you. Please, can you all see my screen? Can you
Yes.
all see my screen?
Yes.
You are all welcome once again. And so far, I think we're about maybe 5 to 6 or less than 10 now on the group. And I want to appreciate you for joining. And please, if you can't hear me, please quickly call my attention. It will be an interactive session as well. Please give me your, I would be asking you questions when necessary, and there'll be activities as well. So please make sure you pay attention and you follow through. Thank you. So the topic we have this afternoon is self-care for moms, prioritizing over guilt. And this hangout is organized by the brain behind Mindful Moms, inspired by God, and we'll be trying our best to discuss in depth because this is one of the major things that affects we as moms. And before I proceed, I want you to meet me. I'm Eunice. Some people know me as Eunice, and some people know me as Iriti. I'm a Nigerian. I love Jesus. I love Christ, and I'm a mom to two beautiful princesses, as you can see to the right of my screen. I played the violin since when I was 10 years old, and I'm still playing it. I'm a software engineer by profession and also an entrepreneur. My hobbies are farming. I've got a home farm in Nigeria. I love watching documentaries. I love watching history, and I love watching films that involve majorly the Black race. I think in America, they call it Negroes. I love discovering more about my history, and I love watching Christian movies. One of the recent movie that I love is The Last 6 Anyone here has watched the film recently? Has any one of us watched the film?
Yes. I saw that last week. It was really nice. I loved it.
Amazing. I have first Mrs. Janet to go and watch it, but she has not yet fulfilled the assignment. And I'm still going to enforce everyone in the community to watch it because it's on Netflix. And I don't think I can share my profile. I'd love to share my profile. You all need to watch that film. It's going to help you because I learned a lot and I got some strategies from it. So please, next slide. Because I can't deliver something that I don't have an experience about, or that maybe I've not suffered from, or I've not gained from, or I've not benefited from it. So when the founder alerted me during the week that she's going to make me take this topic, I was actually surprised because this is something that I have struggled with, and I'm still even struggling with it, and I'm just learning how to care for myself while I care for others. So, how I struggled with guilt as a mom. I just want to give you a brief story about my journey, and I'm still on the journey of life. I got married in 2019. I had a strong support system when I had my first baby. My mom was with me, my mother in law was with me. I had some family friends, family members with us for at least a while. I think my mother-in-law stayed with me for about a year, and it was much of a relief for me because childcare was not too much of a burden for me. But life happened in the good things happened in 2022 when I had to make the decision to come to the UK for my master's in a field that I don't have much knowledge about, data science. And with that, I had my husband, as I had to struggle as a wife, as a mom, as a student, and as an international student to make things work. And I resumed a role in 2023, 6 months pregnant. That is a picture of me, my first day at my job, 6 months pregnant. I suffered from mom guilt throughout. I've always suffered from mom guilt, maybe from since when I got married. I struggled with mom guilt since then, even till this year. Some days I don't eat since morning, but I'll make sure my children eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack in between. I fulfill my role as a mom, but there are days that I could go on dry fasting because I just try to care for others. I reconnected back to Dunsi. Dunsi and I worked together on my first job in 2016 in Nigeria. We worked together in Chet Limited and we reconnected back. We've been chatting, but we reconnected more for this vision in 2024. And meeting her again, I started learning some strategies on how to cope as a mom and not be fighting myself with this mom guilt. Now, today, this year, this month, I feel better each day as I prioritize myself first. I think about things I want to do for myself that will make me happy, trigger the beautiful hormones, sweet hormones, lively hormones to make me enjoy my day. Now, quickly, this is on our website. This is on LinkedIn. What we are, if you can quickly just reiterate, Dusin is based in in New York. I am based in the UK. We're an NGO. We support moms. So far, by the grace of God, we've supported not less than 10 moms to regain confidence, to awaken the giant in them, to support them, to equip them to get back into the workforce. And this is still a work in progress for us. We aim to reach 20,000 this year, 20,000 community active members, and we can't do that alone. We all need your support. So basically today, quickly, I've spoken for almost 15 minutes and I'm here to read the agenda. Why is self-care important? Understanding guilt, practical self-care strategies, and interactive session. Each of my slides is interactive. Please get your chat. I don't know if, can you all access the in-call messages on the Google Meet? Do you know how to access the in-call messages? I just showed you. Can you all see my screen? Hello, can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Please, I will want you to be in an interactive session. You know, it's a call and response. And if you can switch on your video, I will greatly appreciate, please. This is just to support me, you know, flow very well. It's an informal session. It's Saturday, you know, but please try to put on your video if you can, because we will be sharing this on YouTube, on our social media, and it's because, you know, today everything is almost faked. AI has made life almost faked, because this meeting now could be a thing that people will find it difficult to say it's a real event. But if I can see your picture, if I can see you, if I can cite you, yes, people will know that this was actually a real event. Thank you. So by the way, Dunsi, also known as Marvel Culture, she wears so many hats, has shared a workbook. Please try and click on that link to the workbook because it's something that we can use for self-care. Thank you. So on to the next slide. Why is self-care important? You can't pour from an empty cup. That is, you can't give what you don't have. Self-care improves mental health, emotional stability, and reliance. Modeling with self-care, we are even modeling healthy behaviors for the children, for the people under our care, for the vulnerable people we support that we bring into this world. We are inculcating and modeling healthy behaviors for them. Now, I want every one of us, if you can, in the chat, share one activity that makes you feel rejuvenated. What that means is, can you tell me something you do that makes you happy? Can you tell me something you do? You don't need to think too deep, please. Just tell me something. If you can unmute, yes, you can unmute and just tell me. What is something you do that makes you happy? I'll go first. I rediscovered recently that if I just go out, if I just go outside, if I just take a walk, something I never knew in my 30-something years of life, if I just take a walk and I look up to the skies, I talk to God, I see nature, I see flowers, I feel different. Another thing that actually makes me feel rejuvenated is shopping. That may sound funny, you know, just going out to buy something for myself, whether from charity store or from a real store or from anywhere, just buying something for myself, I feel rejuvenated. And sometimes also when I watch films, when I watch Christian movies, like the last 688 film that I told you about in my first slide, when I watched that film, I felt happy, like I felt purposeful in life, I felt motivated. So that's an activity. So one person has told me window shopping alone. Okay, I see you, I feel you. Motu has told me watching movies. Motu and I went to Unilorin together, and she had a first class. So we have brains now, and I think we have two people with the big 4 year. Ope works with Ernst and Young. Motu works with Deloitte in the UK. So thank you for joining, and I really appreciate. So they have told us one activity that makes them happy. Now, next slide, understanding guilt and its.
Can I still
Oh,
speak?
please go ahead.
Yeah, when I take walks too, I feel good. I also love to see movies, and then I love to read about stuff I'm actually interested in.
Okay, thank you. One other activity, I didn't want to say this is work related, but sometimes maybe I'm writing my code and I've been struggling with it, and suddenly the build was successful. Like I could deploy my code successfully. I feel good. Like I feel excited that wow, so you did it. Something like that, like an achievement for me. Thank you, Toby. Dulcia said appreciating nature. Yeah, appreciating nature. Recently my daughter, because let's make it practical. When my mom came to visit us recently, and my mom walks with my children in the evening, and whenever they go out for walks, my daughter, the first daughter, Florence, will just be picking sticks, picking leaves, picking sticks. Like there's no day she doesn't pick stick or stones. And my mom was just always confused and angry that every time she's always picking sticks, she's always picking stones, like she'll be bringing it into the house, which she doesn't see it as normal. But the funniest thing, when she now had the opportunity to go to her school, she now saw that these are the things they actually even use inside the class. These are the things in their environment. These are the things that are like normal to them. So indirectly, they've allowed the children, the system has allowed the children appreciate nature. Even a stick that you think is not valuable is valuable, because when she puts it together to construct something, it's become something that makes sense. So nature has its way of valuing. Recently I was down, and I think that walk healed me, taking just a walk. And I don't think I valued it more like it happened recently. So thank you for sharing your ideas. Then understanding guilt and its triggers. Mom guilt is the feeling that you're not doing enough, you failed, even when you are. Because I believe everyone here, you don't even need to be a mom to be in this meeting. Let me just clarify that. Maybe sometimes you try to set a goal for this year. I want to do this certification. I want to do this law degree. I want to take this course. But you found out at the end of the year, you couldn't. You started, but you couldn't. Indirectly, you are not a failure, because the act of even you taking step from point A to point C, even though you've not gotten to point Z, it's something. Recently I've been volunteering with it's an organization, and we're having a competition soon, and we were just discussing, and the children were telling us, no, we didn't come first last year. And I said, okay, what did you do? They said they got an award. And I was like, yeah, we should be proud of ourselves. Do you know how many people came into that competition? And but for you to get an award, it's something. So let's appreciate yourself. So they were feeling guilty that upon all they did, they didn't qualify, they didn't get the first position. But I said that for you to get an award in that competition, you should be proud of yourself. We should celebrate ourselves, because we're just a small community, and with that small community, we could do something like that. So I'm trying to explain that we all feel guilty, but we should appreciate ourselves with the little we think is little, but they are the giant strides we make towards a situation, towards an action, towards a goal, towards a cause. Thank you. So now some of the ways we can understand these triggers and understanding guilt is, I need to take time away for myself. Don't compare yourselves to others. Not everyone will be a software developer. Not everyone will be a successful fashion designer. Not everyone can survive in business, but we should appreciate ourselves for who we are, not feel guilty for not being Ireti, for not being Motun, for not being Taiwo, or for not being Dunsi. So what will society say? In fact, I think recently I just got free from this. Oh, what will people say about me? Most people say that I'm timid. Most people say that I've changed. This is not the Eunice. I know many people on this call will be like, oh, so this is Eunice. So you can talk like this, because now I've been introverted for almost 30 years of my life. I can't talk. I can't face people. I have the skills, but I'm not proud of myself. So now I have an activity. what situations make you feel mom guilt? Type in the chat or share it aloud. For me, not tidying the house every day, not sweeping the sitting room, not arranging my kids' clothes. Like behind me now, I have clothes that I need to spread. But since this morning, and I'm yet to spread them. So sometimes there's a guilt that comes the whole, you should have spread these clothes. But I try to prioritize myself these days. Is this what's me doing at that time? Can't it wait? Is everyone gonna fall if I don't do it now? So those are the ways I'll still get to that slide. Sorry that I'm jumping. Okay, so Motun has contributed working over time. What situations make you feel mom guilt? Working over time when you should be having family time, little family time. Motun, are you able to talk to explain more about this? Are you able to talk?
Yes, I can. So, the nature of our work as an auditor is you tend to work so much about it. Like I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking on my laptop. I'm still trying to.
Are you able to show your face? Are you able to show your face? Just briefly.
Okay, I should be. Yeah.
Yeah, please just briefly. Mom's here because the part of the vision of yes. Oh, you've got your hair. Oh my god.
There's no time to even make the hair. That's just the truth. I'm given the UK nature, trying to find a hairdresser and everything. So I just had to cut it. So it's just too much. Like the kids are currently with me they're just lying on the bed, like just. So it's always kind of cute. I'm like, oh, I should spend more time with these kids, like maybe just play around the ball. The thing is, the amount of deliverables you have, if you have to work 24 hours a day, at times you won't be able to even beat that deadline because it's just there. And the thing is, they tend to push it to, oh, you're not performing well, you're not like it reflects it. I don't know, they know you're doing well, but to you, if you're not being able to deliver that, you feel like, oh, is this thing not going to impact my productivity? Would they feel like I'm not delivering on time? And when you tend to miss deadline every time, and the nature of you're working for people, like you expect the junior team to deliver to you. They are not doing that. The person at the top is pulling you here and there. At times you even went down to do what somebody else should have done just because they're doing it and someone else is pulling you to say, oh, where's this thing? So there are a whole lot of dependencies, like you're depending on the junior team to feed you with quality information. They are not doing that. You're feeding it for them. You're trying to save your face with the senior team to say, okay, yeah, you're actually performing well, you're doing this, and before you know it eats up the all of your time. You don't have time for yourself, your family. What you just do is, okay, wake up in the morning, make sure they have eaten, get them off to school, and they are back. You're still working. Okay, just give them some snack. Like they're on their own. You're in your ward trying to sort out work and stuff like that. So it's been so much of a guilt for me at times. 3-4 weekends we wouldn't have time to go house, maybe go to the community field or gathering just to play together. It's always weighed me down, and I just felt, oh, am I living my best life? Do I think I can improve on this thing? If I don't do the truth is, if I don't do that work, if I have expectation from some people, they are not doing it. And I'm trying to feed in for those people. So if I don't do that work, nothing is going to change. Because the truth is, those people giving that work knows it's too much. But the guilt of, oh, will it feel like I'm not performing well in my role is hitting me hard, while I'm using that to like impact on my family time as well. Because, oh, I want to try and solve everybody's problem. But the truth is, I can't. But you're not enough to even with the time I'm trying to be, I'm not still able to meet up everything. But it's eating into my family time, my children, spending time with my children, spending time with my husband and stuff like that. So the guilt has always been there, like, which one should I prioritize? Should I just do like every other person? Give like not very well output to the next person that is going to review after me, or I should just do my barest minimum and just let it go and just watch everything. So that guilt has always been there. Like if I take maybe just 1 hour to even scroll on my phone, be like, hey, but this 1 hour you can always just review 2, 3, 4, 5 files. So that thing is eating me up as a person, like seriously, and I'm still struggling to see, okay, which one should I, what do I need to even talk to these people giving me this work, or how do I even kind of get this thing off my head and just live a better normal life, sort of.
Life. Thank you so much for your contribution, Mutu. And funny enough, I suffered for it recently. Okpai too has said the same thing, not spending enough time with my baby during the week. We all have this mom guilt. While you were talking, I quickly opened a link that I had put on my Google Keep because I want to share it with some people. Recruitment biases preventing STEM pros from returning back to work. This is UK. In 2024, people, women especially, more than a quarter of women said they felt personally not fit to return back to work because of this guilt. And even those that are in the office, they are still struggling. 24 hours is not enough. But you know the funniest thing? There's something I would like to share with us quickly. You know, last year there was an event I supported. Oh, Okpa was raising her hand. Maybe I should allow Okpa talk before I finally conclude on that matter. Okpa mi po adi-
Oh
Okpa
no,
mi po-
Motu has said everything I wanted to say.
Maybe because both of you are
I
working in
think
the
they are
same
living the
industry.
same life.
Yeah,
Yes.
living the same life and you're working in the same space. You're working in the big four. So I too, I struggle with it a lot. Elizabeth Odenike has raised her hand. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. Please go ahead. You can unmute. Elizabeth, please unmute. Can I unmute? Oh no, you have to unmute. We can't hear you, Elizabeth. Please go ahead. Go for it. Okay, maybe we'll come back to you. But please feel free to unmute and interject when you want to talk. So in my own case, I want to give a situation when I tried to prioritize, work above family. What the extent to which I went. There was an event that I had last year, and I was still breastfeeding my second baby. So, and with that situation, the event was in the evening. I'm breastfeeding my baby, even though I had extracted the day before, it was not going to be enough because till the time I was going to be back. So do you know what I had to do? I had to take my baby with me to work, even though it was not allowed for my baby to be in the office. Because of the work, it was just this work. So I put my baby downstairs after work by 5. I went downstairs to breastfeed my baby. Then went back upstairs. My baby was crying because that was that time she expected me to even still be with her. And I had to go back upstairs, do the events, came back downstairs before I come back to meet her after like 3 hours. So what am I trying to say? We so much priority on the work. What will people say? Oh, what's society going to say about me? I'm not good enough because I'm a mom, because I'm a lady, I'm someone just trying to come back to the workforce. These are the guilt we have. But I know Busi is also hearing, and I've noted it down because we need to come up with strategies to help. Elizabeth, please unmute and go ahead. Go for it, please. Go ahead. Go for it. Elizabeth, Taiwo, any of you that can unmute, please go ahead and contribute.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Taiwo. Go for it.
Okay. It's a privilege to be on this call today.
I think you're the newest mom. She's the newest mom on this call, and we celebrate you. I think after almost
Thank
5 years
you.
of waiting, we thank God. After almost 5 years of waiting, congratulations once again. So go for it.
Thank you. So recently I had a baby, and um while I was in the hospital, the nurses, they were caring for her and everything, but I wanted to be involved in everything. But I had a C-section. So I wasn't
Mm,
feeling so good.
mm,
Unfortunately, my mood was affecting my lactation, and I couldn't lactate. The baby lost a lot of weight, and it became a concern. Then I was told I have to be happy, I have to do things that make myself happy. It
mm,
helps with my lactation. I have to eat because I actually lost appetite, all of those things. But now
mm,
at 3 weeks, I had to move from
mm,
I live in California. I have to move from San Diego to where my parents are. Now my baby get to sleep with them. Meanwhile, over there in San Diego, I couldn't even sleep through the night. I wake up with headache. Once I heard the baby, just the sound, those sounds the
I
baby
know that
make
feeling.
while sleeping, I just wake up. My mom would be like, stop doing that to yourself. I was like, she just made a sound. She was like, no, she's going to be fine. You have to be fine for your baby to be fine as well. But now her 3 weeks, she gets to sleep in between her grandparents. She was stop. She couldn't even sleep in her home crib at home.
Wow.
I put her on my
Wow.
bed. She will sleep. I have to hold her to my chest. But now in my parents' place, she has the access of sleeping in between them. I was like, what did you people do? Now I get to
Different.
sleep well. I don't get worried that she's 3 weeks and she's sleeping with them. I'm more refreshed and I'm happy about that.
You're happy. You're secreting the happy hormones, the exciting hormones, which should be. Thank you so much for your contribution. I have learned a lot from that. Thank you so much. Elizabeth, can you talk now? Elizabeth, can you talk now? Okay. We can't hear you, Elizabeth, so please try and unmute. Thank you, everyone. Please, have I attended to all those that raised their hands?
All right, beautiful. Hello.
Oh, finally. Good to have you here. Go for
Yes,
it. We can hear you now.
all right, thank you.
Can you show your face? Can we see your beautiful face?
No, where I am presently, I might not be able to do that.
But just show it briefly. Just briefly. Let's see you. I would like to introduce her. She is the head of school in Nigeria of my mom's school, Charlottesville group of schools, and I'm proud and I'm happy to have you, ma. Thank you so much. So please go for
Because
it.
I just decided just to sneak out of the church now. So,
Oh,
well, I just
sorry.
so that's the reason. Okay, as a mom, well, several times I've had a lot of guilt as a mom. One of the guilt I had sometimes was when I yell or I yell at some kids, especially my first son in the house. When I yell at him, then the next thing he would tell me as a mom is, "Mom, why are you doing that to me? Why are you yelling?" So I feel so bad. Any moment he tells me that. So I feel so bad to the point that I would need to call him back and say sorry to him. So as a mom, so I feel guilt sometimes when I yell and I lose my patience. I can't manage the situation. And it's not, I feel it's not a very good thing. The one of the second reason is when I'm unable to give them what they expect from me as a mother, most especially when I need to take them out on relaxation or vacations and all that, and I cannot afford it. So I feel guilt as a mother that I'm unable to give them what they expect from me. So I don't feel so good about it. That's the responsibility of a mom. I'm not doing it as a so many times it has actually affected me, but I'm looking for a way out that I won't feel bad. So I try like to this morning, my son told me something. He said, "Mom, the last time you took us for a recreation was November. That when next are you taking us?" So I feel so sad about it. Of recent, I have not done that. So and it's not that I don't feel like doing it, but because I might not be permitted. I don't have the space. I might not have the time to give them as based on my job, what I do. Well, I do with kids every day. I see kids, I have time for other kids, but my own personal children, I noticed I don't do that. And when it comes to attending to their homework from school, I notice I don't do that. So I feel so sad that someone else is the one helping me or assisting me with their homework, which I should be able to do as a mother. So I feel so bad about it. So, but sometimes I do take my time. I go out of my way. Like this morning, I personally went to their room, picked their homework, attended to it, and I feel so good that I was able to achieve that.
Thank you so much for your beautiful contributions. And I have picked some points as well that we're going to work on. I want to talk on the one because we have done a program recently on how you can give when you cannot afford something and you feel guilty about it. We did a program recently and I will share the YouTube link with you. It's about teaching our children to have an entrepreneurship mindset. Okay, so the child has come to meet you to say, Mommy, when next? Oh, and you feel that, oh, you don't have the money. Okay, you can engage your son in healthy conversations. Jeff, I know, yes, it's Jeff or Coco. Coco, what do you think can make us have money to be able to do this? Oh, okay, maybe he says he wants to buy a PlayStation or he wants to buy a game. Jeff, you've started learning coding in school. Don't you think we can write our own solution to do this? Don't you think we can develop our own solution and start making money from it? Then you start engaging your children in healthy conversations, in entrepreneurship mindset. I can tell you recently, I wanted to buy some things. I want, like, just this same mom guilt. I wanted to buy something for my daughter. I want to change her shoes and things like that. And my current budgets could not, my current monthly spending could not afford it. Do you know, this made me started thinking outside the box. I started seeing problems I could solve, because before I was just one way. Oh, I'm a software engineer. That's just the income. I started thinking of other ways, other streams of income. How can I make more money to be able to solve this problem? I want to put my daughter in nursery. What can I do? What other thing can I do outside these 24 hours? Yes, my schedule is so tight, but what else can I do differently to earn me this money? Mommy, Madam Elizabeth, we're going to schedule a session with you. We're going to work with you and going to see how we can help you achieve these dreams. And we're going to share some of our materials as well that we have done previously, because I see we have done some things that you might not have been aware of. Thank you very much for your contribution. And I think quickly we can proceed. We've spent so much time to this, but it's beneficial. Thank you. So for those that just joined, we are currently on understanding guilt and its triggers. And we have said many times we feel we're not good enough when we are actually trying our best. This Madam Elizabeth, I think she should be awake as a teacher, and you want to get your kids ready for school, you'll be awake by maybe 4 or 5, because you will cook breakfast, you will cook lunch, you will cook, if possible, you will cook dinner, because your husband may come before you come back from school. And as an head teacher, sometimes you don't close till 5 o'clock. Unlike in this part of the world where lunch is given to children in school, breakfast is given to children in school, in Nigeria, you need to get your children their breakfast, and they will pack the children must be dressed. As an head of school, the children must not get to school before you. You resume. I think if I remember, she should resume before 7. Just imagine that. And that's on and on. Do teachers take breaks? Do they go on leave? I think the only time maybe they go on leave is during the break period. And before you know it, they're back again for summer school. So when actually does Elizabeth have time to relax? When actually does she even have time to have self-care for herself? So these are the things we are going to work together with you in Mindful Moms to see how we can live better life, because the children, while we are working, is the children, and we are preparing the children for our future. But when it's not the future, when you should be enjoying and reaping the fruits of your labor, you're tired, you're weak. Today, you see husband and wife, you see the wife looking older than the husband, because the wife is stressed mentally, physically, emotionally, facially, in all ramifications. By the grace of God, we are going to change that narrative. By the grace of God, we are going to change that narrative in this our time and in this year. Thank you. If you look at the charts, Marvel Culture has shared a workbook for us to use, and I will appreciate if you can be reviewing it. Let's quickly proceed. Practical self-care strategies. Delegate tasks. Your family can help you too. Set boundaries with your time and energy. Practice mindfulness or gratitude journaling. I would like to explain this more and what I have done differently from what I have been doing before. Recently, I was thinking, I cannot tell my husband to help me vacuum the house. So by 4, I'm already awake, and you start getting co, because I'm not used to the vacuuming yet. So I still use broom. I have to bend down. I start sweeping. I know what it means to be using broom to sweep on top of rug. The whole house is rugged. I will start sweeping. Active mommy, superwoman. I'll be showing my powers. I don't know how to delegate. In fact, sometimes my baby is already sleeping. After our morning walk, I will still back her, come for my morning audio throughout at least maybe 12 till she wakes up. I'll be backing my baby, and I'll sit down on my seat, and I'll be coding, and I'll be walking. What happens to my husband downstairs? Can't I just say, sweetie, can you help me carry this baby while she's sleeping? Or I leave the baby in her room. Why can't she sleep on her own? Delegate tasks and get help where possible. As much as it is, get help. Set boundaries. I did something different this week. After I finished working at 5 p.m., the normal thing is maybe I should go downstairs and start making dinner. But I saw that I was so tired. I wanted to sleep. Mom guilt setting. The children have not eaten lunch. But something else told me that, but you cooked rice. They can at least just warm the rice and eat pending when mommy comes to make something different. Who says that them eating rice before you're ready to cook another food is going to kill them, or it's going to affect them in getting their calories expected in a day? You know, these are the things we face as moms. These are the things we face as moms. Sometimes, oh, my baby has not had a bath, because the way I've programmed my life, after I wake up and I do my devotion, I bathe the children. But maybe my second baby decides to sleep and I don't want to disturb her. Then she now wakes up by 8. I start feeling guilty that, oh, I should have bathed her by 6 o'clock. For goodness sake, who set the rules? I am the one that set the rules, so I should be able to adjust. You know, when I recently got married, I found it difficult to change. Change was a difficult thing for me. You know, we firstborns, the way we have set our lives, they must fall in place, But, you know, before it was a solo life, but when I got married, I had to learn how to work with my husband's schedule. And unfortunately, my husband is a spontaneous person. While me, I'm a programmed person. We might have said, oh, we want to go and greet this person by 5 o'clock. By that 5 o'clock, that's when my husband maybe has gone into the toilet with his phone. If you feel me, please wave your hands. If your husband's meditating in the toilet, please wave your hands here. Then he will now go to the toilet and spend almost 1 hour on phone with customers disturbing him. And I'm already furious. I'm boiling. I'm angry. But we said you're going by 5. What else made you? Don't you know that after we come back from where we are going, I need to go somewhere else. I need to sleep. Then I start getting worked up. And I can go like that for days and days and days, being angry with myself. Why? You know, I had to just sit down and start thinking of life differently. Oh, my husband has gone into the dialect. So be it. Whenever he comes out, we go or we reschedule. Life is not going to end. Journey of life continues. Change is a constant thing, and I must adapt with change. And I say that everybody is happy. And even when I'm getting work done, it's just me that I'm sad. So please, in these are full loaded points. Practice mindfulness. We do this a lot in Mindful Moms. Be mindful of yourself. In fact, when I joined Mindful Moms, I started getting mindful of my comments, the way I respond to people on WhatsApp, the way tone of talking to people, the way I communicate with people, the way I address people. Hello, sir. Hello, my hello, dear. Yes, dearie. You know, I started, you know, being mindful of my communication. Not just saying, hey, Juliet, how are you today? Someone that I want something from, and you're just calling the person like that. You're not even setting the environment. You're not setting the pace. So these are things that has been helping me to be mindful, and I'm actually getting better and getting self-care for myself. Now, let's quickly do an activity. Pick one strategy from the list that resonates with you. Share it in the chat on how you want to overcome it this year. Let me say that again. Pick one strategy from the list that resonates with you. Is it delegation? Do you find it difficult to delegate? Is it setting boundaries? Is it practicing mindfulness? Is it journaling? Journaling. I have a gratitude book. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Where's my journal book? It's been a long time I had this, but let me just show you a sample of my table. This is journal 1. This is journal 2. Different purposes, different mission. Then I have a 365 day journal as well. Empty pages each day to just say what I'm thankful for, what I count as my blessings for that day. So please pick one strategy from this list. You don't need to think too deep. Every one of us are on this journey, and how it resonates with you. Share it in the chat, or please unmute and tell us how you think so far in this slide, how you think you can overcome it this year. Thank you. Then the beginning of this page, I said, start small, 5 to 10 minutes daily for yourself. You know, I missed the last week hangouts, and I had to go and watch the video. In that hangout, the speaker talked about reading, because it was more about investments, getting investments. And you know what I did differently? Elizabeth, please, I know you're here. I don't know if she's still here, our speaker from last week. Do you know what I've done? She mentioned some books that we should read. Millionaire Mom, something about Millionaire Mom.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Millionaire Mom. I'm happy to tell you that I've ordered that book and I'm expecting it because
I'm proud of you. Thank you.
I set a target that what stops me from being a millionaire this year is as a mom, and I want to learn more. I can't do it on my own, so let me read. So that's something I'm practicing as a self-care for myself this year. So please, and let me check the chat. Do we have anyone that wants to talk? Delegate tasks more at home and work. So do you know one thing? I want to teach you one strategy that worked for me this week, depending when somebody else or mute. The kids, my girls, they sleep with me, and my husband will go to his room and be enjoying his sleep in the night. And I noticed that when they sleep with me and I wake up like 4 or 5, one of them will surely wake up because the affection, they like holding me, they like hugging me when they are sleeping, especially the baby. She will wake up, and that will surely distort my day. And I was struggling and struggling with it. I had to just come out to my husband. My husband does not work 9 to 5. I work 9 to 5. Aside my 9 to 5, I work in the kitchen, I work in the house, I fulfill some responsibilities as well for the children. I had to tell my husband, sweetie, please let these children sleep with you. If the two of them can't sleep with you, at least one, let one sleep with you. What would that do for me? Oh, maybe if it is the first one that doesn't sleep with me, or the second one, I am able to get that one ready for school early. Then I continue my duties, studying, coding for the day. And the second one can sleep longer and enjoy herself. Do you know that I saw that I was less stressful as we started that strategy? The children even sleep longer. The children that when I stand up, they wake up. When they are with their daddy, they'll sleep wide and enjoy themselves for hours, even when he's not on the bed, because it's with their daddy, they would cooperate. Let me use that word. They will cooperate. But when it is mommy, they will stress mommy. So that's a strategy that worked for me this week. My daughter has been struggling to get to school by 9 throughout since when she started nursery, since we relocated to this new environment. And it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle because once I wake one up, the other one will wake up. Do you know what I helped us for? Flo was getting to nursery, getting ready for school by 8. We couldn't reach 9. You know, we said start by setting goals 5 to 10 minutes. Now Flo gets ready before 8. Can you imagine that? Throughout this week, I can say maybe it's just one day that she was not ready by 8 o'clock. And I'm proud of it. I've journaled it and I'm proud. I'm grateful for that. So you need to just delegate as much as is possible. God has blessed us with different tactics that can work for us. Delegate more. Now, because on Friday morning, Thursday / Friday, the baby didn't sleep with me. I had to tell my husband, it is Marvel's turn to sleep with. There are turns to sleep with daddy. It is now Marvel's turn to sleep with you, sweetie. Let's Marvel sleep with you. Do you know what that helped me to achieve? I can't remember the last time I had my devotional with Florence, my first baby. But you see, on Friday, when she woke up, we could read our lesson. We read our Bible text. We answered the questions. I knew our progress in our Christian faith and our walk with God. By the way, Florence is just 4 years old. We completed an activity. I don't know where the book is, but in their devotional, there are activities, there are word puzzles. We completed our puzzles together. What did that help me do? I could bond with my first daughter, which I could not do for a very long time. I could know where she was in her Christian faith. I could see where she was in her writing skills because she wrote her name on that book. I'm no more guilty. Even though I didn't do it every day, I didn't do it every month, but at least that one shot, we know where we are on the page with Florence, our writing skills, our communication skills, our reasoning skills, all checked. So, I hope you are learning one or two things. If you are learning, please give me an emoji. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a shout out. Then I want to read some comments. Delegation. Delegate tasks more at home at work. Practice mindful gratitude. As small as it is, practice mindful gratitude. I want to practice more of time management. Some of the things I do with my time management is I try to set each minute, each hour, even though it is not cast in stone. I try to program, by 9 to 10. Do you want me to share what I have done today? In UK, it is 3:51. But let me tell you what I've done today. This morning, I have prepared these slides that I'm showing you guys. I just prepared it this morning. This morning, I had watched 2 to 3 rounds of clothes. This morning I have gone out. It's snowing, but I have driven to a volunteering session between 9 and though I wasn't there by 9, I was between 11 and 1:30. I have gone to volunteer as a robotics teacher, which is not my core role. This morning I have what again have I done? Yeah, I have given the children something they love eating, akara. In Africa, it's akara, but it's called bean cake. You know what akara is? I have done akara and oats. What I was planning to do before was maybe they would just take cereal before I'm back. But this morning, I could prepare akara and oats for the children to taste our native food. So if I had not tried to manage my time and plan, I wouldn't have been able to achieve it. I am not perfect. I am still work in progress, and I've learned a lot this afternoon. Do we have anybody that wants to just unmute and say something? Thank you so much for your
Yeah,
contribution.
I wanted to say something just for clarity. I have a 10, a 4, and a 3. And what I do is I prioritize mommy time.
Elizabeth, please, can we just see your face briefly? We want to see who
Hey,
is.
my sister. Hey, it's Saturday. My hair is praising the Lord.
No problem. This is a mom forum. Please just show your
Okay.
face briefly. We want to know who is talking, please.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So here I am. So I have a 10,
You're looking
I have
good.
a 3, and I have a 4-year-old. Right now, my door is locked, and I prioritize what is called mommy time. I work from home Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Some days when I'm tired, I just lock the door. I don't care what is happening. I do not care. I lock the door, I take time for myself, and that is it. Last night, everywhere was scattered, everywhere was looking a mess. I came to bed and I slept off before other people. I've woken up this morning, I've loosed their hair. I'm ready to take on the day. I have a list of what I'm supposed to do. I have a time that I have to stop and take care of myself for the rest of the day. So I think those are the ways that we as mom, we can be better. Yeah, the mom guilt is going to be there. They're going to be fine. They will be fine. They are
They
fine.
surely be fine. Thank you so much for that contribution. And go for it, Toby. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Okay, I just want to add that regarding delegation, my husband and I we do most stuff together. Like we already agree on what we want to do today. For instance, we have cleaned the kitchen cabinets. I have cleaned the floors. He has driven out to put some things in we call it container pack, so stuff that you don't need. We have like in the recyclage pack. And while he was doing that, I was taking care of the house cleaning. So at least I know I cannot clean everything today. So I only clean downstairs. By next week, we will take care of upstairs.
We'll do
So
upstairs.
yeah. So we do it together like that. For instance, if I would not say, okay, you bet my daughter, bet our daughter, and then I'm doing something else. Okay, she's ready for school. Because another thing we did was change our school. Our school was quite far, and it was a struggle getting to school. And then I don't drive, but he drives. It's easier on him, but was really stressful on me. Last year, I was so stressed. So I said, I think we need to change the school, and I need a school close by so that I can just walk. So we walk 10 minutes, and in 10 minutes, I'm back home. So I'm able to also prioritize my time and have time to do other things. So adjusting with the school also, and then doing things together. And then with our current school, they resume at 8:45. So it's quite unlike the other school where we have to get before 8:30. So there's time to rest. And so we don't wake up so early before. I struggle with actually sleeping and waking up like 7. It's like I was programmed to wake up 5:30, and then I'll be waking up 5:30, and it was affecting my health. I couldn't sleep well and everything. But setting all those things right, prioritizing it really helped. So working together with your spouse would really help you, and then see the things that are stressing you, and just make adjustments to them.
Toby,
I
I
think
have
that
a
will help.
question. Thank you so much, Toby. But I have a question to that. There are some moms here that they have some unsupportive husbands. Their husbands don't support. It's not, sometimes it's deliberate, and sometimes the husbands are not around. Like me, for example, you hardly see my husband being around because of the nature of our family. So what can you advise moms in such situation? Did anything come to the top of your head?
Okay, I think they can look for a mom community or get a friend.
Hmm.
Someone can
Hmm.
help you when you are not available. That person can help you to take care of your children or something. Just have a, it could be a friend, it could be
Hmm.
anybody. Well, with God's living, because today it's actually really not easy to trust your children with
Hmm.
people that do not have the same values as you do. So just look for such people and make good friendships, and that way you can get some support.
Good friendships. Thank you. I learned that in 2024. Good friendships. There are some people that I just met because I offered some support to them. I just carried them from point A to point B and we became friends. And they were my neighbors. And we are forming a community gradually. I need to go somewhere. I go and drop my kids with them. They help me take care of the kids. And I just go to McDonald's. I go anywhere and just sit down and have some time for myself. So thank you very much for that contribution. Elizabeth, do you have something new to say? And Taiwo, your hands are still up. Please go for it. Go for it.
I would like to say something. Can you hear me? I
Yes, we can hear you.
remembered you saying when we knew when the program started. I remembered you saying something like this group is not just for moms, and that's
Mhm.
true because um there are a lot of things, a lot of wrong mindsets that we bring into marriages, so it affects us.
Mm.
So
Mm.
sometimes it's actually cool. It's actually good to have them corrected before getting into marriage because it helps you. This mindset of being indispensable, you can do everything by yourself.
Mm.
The world will stop if you don't do this and everything. I think it's more of African mentality.
Exactly. The
You
African
want to
mind.
do everything. Mom does this, mom does the. I'm gonna say this before I got married to my husband. I actually told him that one of the things I don't like to do. Funny enough, he
Mm.
was there to propose then. But I told him one of the things I don't like to do is to
Mm.
lay my bed. That if he's
Mm.
going to marry me, he's going to be the one to lay the bed. I don't like to sweep. I don't like to mop the floor. It's not one of
Mm.
the things I like to do. You know,
Mm.
the fear of being heard. Some of these
Mm.
men have it in them. They have it in them. They can actually assist you. But immediately you introduce yourself as a super mom, the super
Mm.
woman who has come to make life easy for them,
Mm.
they
Do you know?
go with it that way, you know. So you have to, there's a place of asking for help.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So
Yeah.
my
Ask for
husband had
help.
that in him when we got married. And on Saturday, when he does not go to work, he is
Mm.
at home. He
To
tries to
help.
mop the house. He tries to sweep the house, and
Mm.
he saw that it wasn't working. And the next thing was like, "Babe, this is not
Get
working.
somebody.
Let's get a help." And
Mm.
wow, we got a help that comes
Hmm.
to clean the house. And there was this day his mom came visiting. It was a weekday. This mentality of you have to sweep the house every day. And she came to the living room. She was like, "Sure, Tidale, have you swept the floor?" I was like, "Eli, well, it's just my husband and I. Why should I be sweeping my floor every day? I have
Yes.
someone I pay for it. When she comes around, this house remains however dusty it is until she comes around.
Mm.
There's a
Mm.
place of intention. You be mindful. You have to be
Mm.
mindful about everything. You don't let people come to your house and dictate how it should be done. If it's not
On.
going to work with you, it's not working with you. Don't force yourself about it.
Thank
I
you
think
so much. Thank you
uh,
so much. Thank you very, very much, Taiwo, for that contribution. Do you know I want to make us laugh at this junction? When we moved to our house in Nigeria and I was doing the superwoman, I washed my husband's clothes. I'm the one that on Friday morning I get his clothes into his car for him to take it to the dry cleaner because the dry cleaner picks from his office. When I relocated, because I was the one that came first, my husband had to be calling me, how do you operate the washing machine? I'm like, where's the soap? Where is this? How do you put on the gas? Some basic things. Like I have so much pampered my husband to the extent that he didn't even know how to do some basic things that I should have delegated. He said, please, how do you put on the gas? Like even till now that he still asks if he goes home, he still doesn't know what was our meter number in the house. He doesn't know what the meter number is. He doesn't know some basic things that if, God forbid, Barton, my enemy, drops dead today, they would have to check encyclopedia. They will have to research and research before they get, because everything is inside mommy's head. So tell me, is that life? So we need to act differently and do differently this year. For Lakemi Mutu, your hands are up. Please go for it. Go for it, please.
Yes, I was going to say at times we need to just trust people to do things, because I think is one of the things that affects me a whole lot. Because if, for example, if maybe I'm so tired, I worked overnight, I'm sleeping maybe very late, and I want my husband to just get the kids ready for school. Do you know that at times I will have to get up and go assist him to say, oh, maybe he's not going to cream their face, that their body is going to look dry, it's not the clothes is going to get for them might not be the iron one.
True,
So at times we don't to even trust them to deliver. It's another thing. So at times we just need to learn to trust people to do things, and not try to be that perfectionist. Like, the kids just have to look this way. They need to be this. But that way we won't get there. Or like we find it difficult to get people to help us to do things. And I think it's one of the things that is affecting me as a person, but at work, delegating work to junior team, I'm like, they will come back and do rubbish for me now. I'll have to take it on and do it again. So
How would they learn? How would they learn?
Yeah, I think at times we need to learn to trust people to do things. If they don't do it well, correct them, so that at least once they are perfect in that role, will be at least that one will know that, okay, yeah, I can trust this person to do this thing for me, rather than want to like put everything on our head and, oh, you are the one cleaning, you are the one cooking, you are the one sweeping,
my boss will say that you are not an octopus. My boss at work will keep telling me, Eunice, you are not an octopus. How many hands do you have? I will say 2. Do you have 8 hands? I said no. So one step at a time. Thank you so much for that, Smotun. And I'm sure all moms on this call are learning 1 or 2. Delegation. Thank you so much. Quickly to who else do we have? Elizabeth, please go for it. Elizabeth.
I wanted to say this as mom. What she said was right. What everybody has said was right. But it's very important. It should be moms that are present, moms that make memories, not super moms. Twice, when I got married to my husband, he is the African traditional man to the core. So when I got married to him, good wife, hey, as if I collect award, I would do everything. I almost died twice because I'm trying to be a super mom, working full-time job, going to school, doing this, doing that, having kids back to back. You see, the second time, even the doctors were telling me, calm down. It's too much stress. Calm down. So right now, if I can do it, I can do it. If I have the money to call the cleaners, I call them. If we can eat outside, we eat outside. That is just it. Let us calm down.
We order pizza.
Yes. we can seek for help. We don't have to do it all. We do not.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. And it's just like you're talking to me. Thank you so much. I'm talking to all the moms here. Taiwo, you want something else to add? Please go for it quickly in 1 minute. Sorry. 1 minute, go for it. Taiwo, do you want have something to say, or is your previous hand?
Yes. I think everybody has something that works for them. But at the end of it all, within us, we have to be happy, That happiness is what, because if we are not happy within ourselves, we can't function well, we can't function right, we can't even be fulfilled playing that role as a mother. So there is a place of communication with our spouses or people we have around. Everybody wants to be heard. So if anyone is trying to push a stress on you, let them also understand that everybody needs the rest. But funny enough, I was in a meeting of recent, and the person made it feel like, oh, husbands are macho men. They are these. They waited all their life to have a wife, and now they have to be pampered. Everyone needs to be pampered, And like you said earlier about the your kids go sleeping with your husband, everybody can actually help. We both bring these people to the world. So it's
Exactly.
our role. It's her. Everybody has a role to
Right.
play.
That's
So
care
we
for
should always
yourself.
remind them of the role.
Yeah, and also have and put it in mind that care for yourself. Drop the mom guilt, drop the wrong mindset, work with the right mindset. Thank you so much. Thank you. So quickly, I just want to say this. Refrain from thoughts that, oh, I'm selfish. Refrain from thoughts that I'm selfish for taking time with, I'm investing in myself to be a better mom. I'm having this quiet time to meditate, to think and be mindful of myself, of my journey, evaluate myself. Guilt often means you're a caring mom. It's okay to care for yourself too. Now let's quickly do an activity. Take a deep breath. Can we all take a deep breath? And say this affirmation. If you can on mute, please. I am worthy of care and rest.
I am worthy of care and rest.
I'm worthy
Yes.
of care and rest. Okay,
Rest. Can you all type in the chat? Yes. I'm gonna type my own. Yes, so Nigerians, Africans say yes, so yes, it's only a capital yes. So please, if you can type. So quickly, just a recap. Sorry, we've overshot the time. I'm sure my boss is gonna fight with me, but it's really a quality time spent together. Recap and questions. Please, if you can drop your questions in the chat, I would appreciate. I have picked some questions and I've noted the people we need to work together with to give them some soft landing. Even we can solve the problem to see how we can work with you to get you better. Self-care is not being selfish. Do you know that I want to share this experience with you this Christmas period? My husband dislikes taking me out to buy things because when we go out and he wants to buy something for me and I just see the price label, I'm like, pounds. 30 pounds. No, it's too expensive. 30 pounds. I start calculating that if you buy 30 pounds shoe for me, what of this bill? What of that bill? Shipping that my husband won't buy this thing for me. Why I can't they think like this? He doesn't like taking me out because he'll be like, if he points at this, I don't want to buy it. If he wants to buy bling bling shoe for me, I'll be like, no, bling bling K. No. He wants to buy this one for me. No, is there anything wrong with my phone? Why do you want to upgrade my phone? Is the one I'm having is still working now? I start saying, no, everything, no. Since for the past how many years that I've been married. But when I met Mindful Moms, I had a rethink. You want to buy it for me? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now, the shoes that I've been wearing 3 years, 4 years. My guy at the top, I say it's time to change it. So be it. Thank you, sir. Before he came, if I want to buy anything for myself, the first thought that will come to my mind is to go to charity shop. I work day and night. I labor. But for me to buy something for myself will be problem. I'll start planning. Either I use Klarna to buy it or I use credits to pay to buy it so that I can be paying small. I don't feel worthy to buy something for myself. And I will work over and for as a software engineer, you have an idea of how much you are being paid. But I prefer to go to River Island. I prefer to go to Next. I prefer to go to TK Maxx to buy something for my daughter. I want my daughter to look so good, so fantastic. Fantastica. I wonder when she went from her head to toe like this, she should be shining. Meanwhile, me, the mother, they look as if I am 50 years old. I'll be wearing old things. I also had a rethink that, do you want to live long? Do you know, I went for a volunteer session today. The normal me going for that volunteer session, maybe I would have just want one dress like that, one top, one skirt that is so old. But after I started practicing self-care, I wore my best shoe. I wore my best dress because my husband, I learned a lot from my husband. He said, the way you are dressed is the way you be addressed. When people see you from head to toe, when they see the way you are complete, that is the way they will address you. Let me tell you something. My landlord is a soldier. The house I'm living in is a soldier in the military. He spent 35 years in the military. But I would send a message to my landlord that I need you to fix this for us. The next day he's in our house. Because the way I've presented myself, I don't look like a poor person. I look professional when I'm addressing him. can you come? Because it's my right for you to come and fix things in my house. Even though he's a sorry, excuse me, even though he's a soldier, he needs to come and get it done for me. But if I was looking shabbily, if I was looking unkept, how would he have addressed me? Right now, I'm really, really enjoying myself. Heaven is not going to fall. The bills will be paid. If a guy wants to buy anything for me, buy it. Let me look good. Even me self. Oh, it's Christmas period. We just received our salary. What is that thing that I need to do to make myself happy? Is it that dress? Is it that book I need to buy? Please do it for yourself. And God will help you. God will bless it. You are caring for yourself. You are not being selfish. You are being intentional. You are taking care of yourself. You have a spirit. You are working on self-care for yourself, and you are prioritizing over guilt. Please. So there's an activity I want us to do. Okay, it's just a recap. Is there anyone that wants to just say one or two things on this recap, on this point I've made? Let's have a mindset. It's January, please. All things are passed away. All things have become new. Guilt is normal but manageable with the right mindset, like I've explained. Take small steps towards making self-care a priority. I've shared some steps I'm taking right now. My dressing, I have addressed my dressing. My hair, sometimes I can carry my hair for 4 months, 3 months. I'll just be redressing it. But right now, when it's time to change my hair, even though it's expensive, I'm gonna make my hair. I need to find it out. Even though it's £100, even though it's £50 to make hair, I should look good. I should be happy. And God will help us. Anyone that wants to say anything, please jump to it. If you have questions, please feel free, jump and say it. I think we just have a few minutes. And before I go, there are different ways you can contact me. If you need my number, let me know. Please join our LinkedIn. Please join our WhatsApp group. Our boss shares we share job opportunities, we share midweek activities, we share how you can manage stress, how you can manage your time to really enjoy yourself. So at this point, I think we've come to the end of our slide, and I just really want to appreciate you all for a very fantastic session. I joined this meeting kind of tired and sad, but not sad, kind of tired because I've done a trip this morning. But talking to you guys, I feel welcomed, I feel loved. I've been able to release some happy hormones, which is good. So Taiwo, I will share the link to the WhatsApp group with you. So just final words, any final comments, any more for any more? Do we have anything? Do we still have our leader here? Is Dunsi here? Dunsi, do you want to say anything? Dunsi, do you have anything to say? Please, it would be good if you could just quickly say one or two things. Oh yeah, people are saying they would love to join the WhatsApp group. Juliet, are you able to share the link to the WhatsApp group for me, please? And could we just have some quick networking session? My name is Eunice. For those who have missed the previous slides, let me just quickly introduce myself. I am Eunice, and some people also know me as Reti. I'm a Nigerian, a proud Nigerian. I love Christ. I love Jesus Christ, and I'm a wife to two girls. These are the people that stress me, but they're not going to be stressing me anymore. That's Marvel. Marvel is like small but mighty. That Marvel on my hand, she's small but mighty. I'm a violinist. I'm a software engineer. I'm an entrepreneur.
Wait, you kindly had that you're from Osun State. Add that to be precise.
I am a proud, but I'm not more from Osun State. I have been married to Ijebu-Jesha, but I'm still from Osun State. I'm a software engineer. I love farming. I love watching documentaries. I love history, especially Black history. I love Christian movies. Anyone here, please give me some emoji. Have you watched the last 688 movie? Any mom here, have you watched the last 688? No time. No time to watch film. No time to watch film. Please, I need you all to watch it. You have. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Can you briefly share one or two things you've learned in that movie? Thank you. That's I think Olajumo. Can you share as well? Who said I have? Okay, Okpe, please share your screen. Yeah. Can we just see your face, Okpe? We want to know you more.
I am is dark, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see me. I'm trying to sort some things in the house, so it's really dark.
Okay.
And so one thing I learned, and one thing I took out from the movie is anything life throws at you, you don't have to, you don't let your circumstances determine like your happiness or whatever. Try to make
Yeah.
yourself happy, because when
Hmm.
those ladies, when they finally deployed them to that place, the school they put them was in shambles, and they took their time. They made it so beautiful that
Oh,
they even put like a salon and everything, that when that white guy came to visit them, I'm sure he was very angry, like, why are they living in such a nice place? But they made themselves happy. They were
hmm,
singing, taking care of themselves, even though they knew that they brought them there for failure. But they didn't
hmm,
even let all those things allow, like, they didn't
hmm.
let it get to them. And at the
The
end, you know that those people that even set them up for failure were now saluting them at the end,
at the
because
end.
it was really. I think everybody should watch it, Sha. I think everybody should.
Everybody here, please, everybody here. If you need support to watch that film, please reach out to me. Please, I watched it
Can I
initially. I
quickly
stopped. It.
add something?
Okay,
Sorry,
Toby,
my
Toby,
phone
please
is
go for it.
going off, but I just want to quickly
Toby,
add
please go for
something.
it. Toby, please go
Something
for it.
else
Go for it.
I learned from that movie is that, especially when you are not in your home country, in these climes, as a black woman, you actually have to work extra hard. It will not come easy, because you're already judged by one being a
Hmm.
woman, and more
Yeah,
so being a black woman. So you have to work extra hard to prove yourself.
to
And
prove
then
yourself.
your work must speak for yourself, that they would know how excellent you are in what you do. So you should actually put in the work, because you would really need extra work to stand out
Prove
amongst
yourself.
others. And
Yeah,
so that's just a
thank
bit.
you so much.
That's
Toby,
just an addition.
yeah, so it's very, very valuable contribution because I want to say something about that. When I got this my job that I'm working with, I was told that Eunice, we have sponsored the black people in the past and we were burnt because they didn't know anything. They failed us. And because we have sponsored them, it's cost so much to sponsor. Those of us in the UK, we understand what they call sponsorship. I just want to leave you with this last story of me and learn something. So, the job was a miracle because I didn't apply for this job. And I give God the glory. The recruiter just reached out to me on LinkedIn. I started this job 6 months pregnant. It wasn't my first, but this second one, the first was not challenging, but the second was challenging because I had mood swings, I had morning sickness, I was vomiting. So at that stage, I should not even be saying I want to go back to the workforce after about 2.5 years gap. I know what that means. And during the first meeting, they were like, Eunice, you need to prove yourself in 2 years. And if you prove yourself, we're going to sponsor you. 6 months pregnant. How am I going to do it? No support. It was just me and my husband. And even sometimes my husband is not around because of our business and other family commitments. Do you know what he said? I just want to purchase what Toby said. We have to go the extra. And God will help us. We are reclaiming the narratives gradually, slowly but surely, but we're going to get there. So, do you know what I did? By the grace of God, I worked. The job was entirely different from what I had known. I had to unlearn, I had to unlearn 1 million things. I had to know cloud. I had to know Kubernetes. I had to know Terraform. I had to know Java again. Java that I knew before I went on career break was Java 8. By the time I was coming back, we were already on Java 17. A lot of things had changed. I need to know what is not happening in Spring Boot. I need to know I was working between 5 white guys, not only white guys, Scottish guys that you can't even hear what they are saying. They're so fast. Me, that not even American English, I can't hear. UK English, I can't hear. You have to slow down for me to understand. I was already a failure, like dead on arrival. But you know what? The black spirit was awakened. They never say never. I was like, no, you guys this is failure, but I'm going to reclaim by the grace of God. I'm not going to be a failure. I'm not going to reclaim the narratives. And I started seeking strategies. Gradually, every day, I started building on myself, trying my best. I did certification. In 3 months, by God's grace, I had proved what I should have proved in 2 years. In 3 months. I resumed July. I went on maternity leave in October. The day I received my probation results, I was in labor. Yeah, I was in labor. Look at this picture. This was the day I started the job. It's not like I'm trying to be proud or anything, but I just want to challenge us moms. Let's get up. Let's get to work. Let's move it. You can do it. Let's get up. Let's do it. You know, my boss didn't know that I was in labor. I'd gone to the hospital in the morning. They said it's still, yeah, 1 cm or it's just Brixton aches. And I went back to work. I want to hear with my ear that I've passed my probation because at least that one will make the baby come back out faster. I was in the meeting. I used one hand to hold my tummy. Oh, the meeting. Oh, Eunice, I'm happy to tell you have passed your probation. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. And I wish you all the best. Is the baby coming soon? I said, hopefully the baby's coming soon. Yeah, we should be expecting baby. My due date is the 21st, but anything can happen. Fingers crossed. I was still smiling, under this camera like this. I was in pains, And when we finished the meeting, I was like, now I can go to the hospital and have my baby. I've been in labor. My boss was like, you kidding me? And you were still in this meeting? And you were still and you were smiling? I was like, well, I just wanted to hear that I'd passed my probation before I'm going to have my baby. And those are what we call proving yourself by the grace of God. The odds are still against me. It's not like I've gotten everything all figured right. But by the grace of God, at least now, I know, say me, even if you don't even appreciate me, I know, say I don't prove myself. I don't already prove you wrong. Say, we the Black people, we are different. We are intelligent by the grace of God. By 3 months, they gave me 1 year. I said, 1 year. I look at the money, sweet money, without doing anything. But I remember the work still waiting for me. Within 3 months, I was back. I'm not saying every mom should do that because we all have our thresholds. I suffered from mom guilt. It's not like I had everything figured out, but because I had to just reclaim the narrative, I had to prove myself, Within 3 months, I was back. It was challenging, very, very. Without support. Okay, my mother-in-law came for some months. My husband was around sometimes. But by the grace of God, God is helping me. I've improved skill-wise. I'm improving. I'm work in progress. So moms, let's get moving. The cybersecurity experts in you, the fashion designers in you. Taiwo is a businesswoman. Okay, let's get working. And by the grace of God, God is going to strengthen us. God is going to help us. When you love yourself, before you love your children, you must love yourself. You must love yourself. Remember that. In fact, I started loving myself. There was one night I couldn't sleep. I was just tired. Lucy was like, go and get, do you know what they call bath salts? In my life, I don't even know what they call bath salts. How many of you here know bath salts? Wave to the Lord. Give me your emoji if you know what they call bath salts. Wave to the Lord. Wave to the Lord. Many people don't know. She said, go and get Epsom salts, go and get baby oil before you have your bath. Just use it to rub your body, then go in the water, play some light music. In fact, I don't think we ended that call before I slept off, because when I just did that, all the body nerves calmed down. I could sleep. Then speak up, please. The generation of moms we had now, let's speak up. If you're struggling, if you're facing challenges, speak up. By the grace of God, some of us have passed through worse situations than that. We have people, we have mommies, we have everybody. Our generation, I'm not talking of our grandparents or mom's generation. Our own time generation will be able to work with you. So God will help us. So final comments. That's all from me. God bless you. Okay, go for it. Elizabeth, go for it.
Hey, just quick one. What Ireti just said about speaking up. I know I was going through some challenges, and I didn't want to tell. I couldn't tell anybody because I thought everybody's life was perfect. And then Ireti just mentioned a tip of her facing the same challenge. And what was supposed to be a 2-minute call turned to 1 hour, because both of us now realized oh, we're going through the same thing, but we're keeping it to ourselves because we thought, oh, every other person's life is perfect. I'm the only one going through it. And that was really, really helpful. And we've been working through the issue together. So it's just good to speak up. Even if the person is not going through it, just even saying something will lift the whole burden off your shoulder.
Shoulder. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My boss, I said we have a one-to-one session in Mindful Mom. Please feel free to get in touch. I've said final how many times? I don't want to charge us. I want to give us that charge. You know, when a rocket wants to leave the ground, they have to pump it with so much fire. I want to set us on fire. In fact, I'm setting myself on another fire right now. You know, I just want to share an experience with you before we finally call it a day. Last year, October 1st, I delivered a topic, driving promotional marketing and scale up during peak periods. I gave that talk at the tech meetup in Edinburgh. And how did I get to that talk? How did I get to that table? How did I get to that stage where I was standing in front of white people? I don't know if I can quickly share my screen. I need to show you guys this thing. Okay, can you see my screen, please? Please, can you see my screen?
Yes, yes,
Yes, we
yes,
can.
we can.
Yep.
I
Thank
can.
you very much. I want to show you something quickly. I just want to charge us that the world is waiting for your manifestation. Awake the giants in you. That's what Dunsi used to say. Oh, please be good to me. I want to go to my post on LinkedIn. You know, I want to go to my post to show us something. Post, show up, post. So while this is loading, how did I get to that table? You know, when the call came for an opportunity to give that talk, nobody else in the team, my senior managers, my senior colleagues, nobody was interested. It was not like it was just me that was interested. I'm just showing all this. It's not like I have everything perfect, but I just want to prove a point. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see my screen, please?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I want to talk about this myself on this podium. Look at this picture. You cannot find, maybe it was just one black Ghanaian that was in this meeting. They were all white. I want to talk about this experience. Now, when the call came that, on September, I received the call that, okay, I had gone to meet the organizers in January to say, I noticed my department has not been involved in this talk for the year. How can we get involved? I'm just an L3. The highest on my level is L6. And I went to meet the organizer. They're like, oh, no, Eunice, sorry. It's all booked. We don't have any opportunity for you just yet. If anything happens, we shall let you know. And I think I forgot about it. September, I just received the call from the panel, that the organizers, that, Eunice, are you still interested? Someone just canceled for October, and now we're looking for a speaker. I was like, wow. That October 1st, I had booked it off as my holiday. So by responsibility, I should not be in the office that day. I should not be at work. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, I'm off that day. And I went to my senior engineers, I went to my team members. Please, any of you interested? There's an opportunity to talk. All of them were like, nah, it's an evening event. I have this, I need to walk my dogs, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I was like, And I just shared it with my husband. I was like, are you okay? Is this not an opportunity for you to prove yourself? You think you're not good enough? This is an opportunity. Go and tell them that you are going to do it. September, this call came September, second or third week in September. I had to go through approvals. I had to first brainstorm what I would say, what I would do, and everything. Long story short, God helped me deliver this talk on a day that I should be on vacation, because that day I had my driving test. So what am I trying to say? It's in you. Let me come back to the chat and look at everybody's faces. Greatness lies in you. You can do it. Please, can you unmute and say you can do it? I can do it.
I can do it.
I am able to do it. And you
I am
know,
born to do it.
exactly. Do you know that I had never resumed the next day, because immediately I grabbed the mic till I dropped the mic, I can't even say this is what I said, stage fright, first event. Dunsi kept on telling me, Ireti, you can do it. The giant is in you. The giant is in you. I had to sit down, construct the topic, construct the slide, took a week off to prepare. It was, how will I do it? My dear, the failure that I thought I was, the nonsense that I thought that I had to offer, I had not resumed the next day when I started receiving calls, when they started calling my boss. So you have a talent in your team, so you can do this. Eunice, congratulations. Eunice, congratulations. It is not me they are congratulating, it's the Jesus that helped me. Let me clarify that. But what am I trying to say? If I had just sat down, if I just said I can't do it, who am I? I'm just a black woman. I'm just like every other black person. I'm in the midst of guys. I don't know anything. That's how I would have missed that moment. So moms, please awake the giants in you. And I'm rooting for you. See you next time. Thank you all for your time. Sorry we've overexceeded the allotted time, but it was a time well spent. God bless you. Have a beautiful weekend. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
all. It was an amazing meeting. And
Thank you
it's
so
really
much.
nice that people participated. And I think that actually added color to the event. Thank you all for participating.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Final comments. Final comments.
Thank you for presenting. I've learned a lot. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Roslyn. Thank you, Adetayo. Thank you, Akonde Yejide. Thank you, Motun. I'm rooting for you. Thank you, Taiwo. Thank you, Okwe. Thank you, our CEO. Thank you so much. I wish you all the very best. Thank you, Jumi. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
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 Volunteer meeting.